Good morning, colleagues. Good afternoon. So welcome to the final day of our English Coaching Week 2017. So today is our final day and very interesting anyway. So we're going to discuss how and where to find clients in all over the world. And of course, we're going to discuss how this week was for you. So before we start with our meeting and with our special guests, I would like to remember our simple rules. Who remembers our simple rules? Because I can see some people visiting our events every day. Just switch on your audio and remember our simple rules. If you remember. Okay, nobody remembers. So just a second, colleagues. So far no sound. I'm curious if my connection is really working. So one of our speakers is having some problems with connection. So, okay, colleagues. So I'm going to show you our slide with simple rules. Please refresh them in your mind. You can read. And now, meanwhile, I'm going to help our speaker with microphone and with video. Okay, just read it and refresh our simple rules. So colleagues, okay, Olga, you can hear me? So it's very strange today.
Yes, I hear.
Yes, everybody, yeah, because Olga Sazonova writes no sound. Okay. So Alex, can you hear me? Because I thought Alex is having some problems. Okay, Alex, and can you hear us or no? Okay, colleagues, so excuse me, but we need maybe 1 minute to fix the problems. Yeah, so our simple rules. Okay, Olga, our second guest. Olga, maybe you can start. Yes? Okay, Olga Solodova from Ekaterinburg. So she's a professional certified coach, and she's going to share with us her experience, how she found English-speaking clients and practicing English, coaching in English. Okay, so Olga, you're welcome. And meanwhile, I'm going to help Alex with our technical problems. Okay, Olga, you're welcome.
Okay, dear colleagues, good afternoon. I'm glad to take part in such an interesting meeting. Unfortunately, I cannot use all time the video because I drive the car, and I think that I will be the second, the second. But now I want to say thanks, Dmitry. I want to thank Dmitry for the opportunity for us all to grow and develop, because all the best training in coaching is in English. Therefore, my first priority was to learn to hear and understand English speech and English text. For 2 years of studying English, including 1 year with Dmitry, I have greatly succeeded in this. This allowed me to go through and continue studying with the world gurus of coaching. The next stage for me was the experience of speaking. And in this, I have been moving forward the last 6 months. The most important breakthrough is to become a coach for foreign clients without an interpreter. In my plans, it was planned for the summer of 2018. And what is about our topic? How and where to look for foreign clients. In fact, this question is no different from the question how and where to look for clients in principle. My answer is do what you do, talk about it, write about it, and wherever you are, will find your clients. If you want to rest and meet people, tell us about what you are doing. What are the values for you in this work, and what are the values for the clients? With joy, use every opportunity to tell some effective cases, tell in principle about coaching. I think about where you studied, how your life changed after applying coaching. You also have to communicate with people when you come to another country. All this summer, I live in Portugal. In my case, clients come from two sources. When I attended parties and various events, I reported, I informed about who I was and what I did, and someone wanted to try. As for the second direction, the director of the real estate agency with whom I worked 3 years ago, when I bought an apartment in Portugal, read on my page on Facebook that I was a business coach and business trainer, and offered to conduct training for Russian-speaking employees. And after the training, their friends began to contact me for coaching, but I used Portugal-speaking interpreter. And then a new client asked to conduct a session in English without an interpreter for the privacy of the business project. At first, of course, I refused, but then in class, Dmitry inspired me with hope that I could. I reduced the cost of my services by almost 2 times, and with great incitement came to the client. Having talked about how I feel, we even built more trusting relations, and the result of the session exceeded even my expectations. What I am understood: if you are in the full present as a coach and you show your basic competencies, then the interaction will be effective in any case. The great advantage of ignorance of 100% of the language allowed me in a direct communication to more deeply clarify the feelings, thoughts, and awareness of the client. Make a bet on clean and short questions. Use a great focus on the intonation and energy of the client, and less to go into details. Sessions were built on stimulating the client's awareness. Questions such as, what do you notice when you say this? How do your words affect you now? And what do you think about what do you think? What is most important for you in what you say now? That is focus on the client's self-reflection and his understanding in his worldview and his behavior patterns. After this session, I and my clients, all my foreign clients, decided to try my coaching in English. I know for sure that 100% knowledge of the language has big pluses, but great tricks are hidden. It seems to us that we understand what the client is talking about, but this cannot be a priori. We say the same words, but we put different meanings in them. I urge you to conduct sessions in English in order to change the focus of your attention and your clients. In order to go beyond the usual perception of the client's goals, barriers, and research way to overcome and achieve them. And I think that is a good experience for me. And I have I spent about 25 sessions with this client, and now I have a break until the new year, as I am leaving for a long trip to America and Mexico, and I hope that I will have a new client here. And now my English not good, but I think that I can do my coaching practice, and I do a good coaching session with my client and with my future client. It's my true, I think. Thank you for your attention.
Olga, thank you so much. But I ask you to switch on video if it's possible, yeah? And before we are going to ask you questions, so Alex, can we check your microphone shortly? Just say hello to us.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, everything's working beautiful. So see you in some seconds, Alex.
Okay.
Great. Okay, Olga, so if it's possible, your video, yeah, we want to see you. So we want to see our hero, one of heroes of today's meeting. So colleagues, please use your audio and audio. So audio and video, I mean, so to ask questions for Olga. Okay, it's such a wonderful opportunity to ask some questions, and maybe you could use the same ways and methods to find clients worldwide. Oh, no questions. Okay. Everybody is sleepy. Today's Sunday.
No,
yeah?
actually,
Yeah.
actually, can I ask?
Yes, Zhenya, of course. Everybody.
It is, yes, it is question not about coaching and so on. It is about, Olga, you told that you lived in Portugal, yes? Portugal. So for me, interesting, if it is not secret, of course, how did you work, and who, which work did you do in Portuguese?
I only have had a rest with my family. It was a first time when I have a holiday for all 3 months, and I have my work on Skype with my client in Russia and my client in another country with interpreter. And I only do my coaching practice. It's my job. That's all.
Okay, thank you for answer. I will think. It is interesting experience. Maybe I will have more questions.
Okay.
Can I say?
Yes, everybody, just turn on microphone and you're welcome.
Okay. Olga, thank you for your sharing of your experience. It was very interesting. And can I ask you, if it's possible, what the price for your session when you work with foreign people in Portuguese?
Mm-hmm. I reduced the cost of my service by almost 2 times. I said about this. It was 200 euros for this session because I don't have good English.
No, it's okay. You are PCC.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your experience. It helped me to understand much. Okay.
Thank you for you.
Can I ask, please?
Yes, everybody can just introduce yourself shortly, maybe name, and just ask your question. Yeah.
I'm Natalia, and I'm now trying to start my coach practice in English. I use the Headaway Coach Circle organized by Alex. So my question is the follows. Now my sessions are free, and technical question to Olga: how to get payment when you work Skype? Because I know there are some difficulties using cards. So if it's possible to tell, of course, how to get payments.
In Russia, my session cost $500, and when I decided do this session in English, and I know that my English not very good, and sometimes I cannot to give my clients all what I can. I think that my price my price maybe 200 if 200 euros if they want, and they want. That's all.
I mean, technically, using cards isn't dangerous to use cards for these purposes, because I know that, for example, the bank blocks any cards which people use for such payments to each other.
Okay, I understand. I have a Portugal card and Portugal bank. It's no problem to use this.
Okay, thank you. To use foreign banks, yes.
Yes. When I work for the foreign clients.
Yeah, I see.
Maybe Natalia, I can advise you. PayPal is a wonderful way. PayPal works beautifully. It doesn't matter what country, Russia, not Russia. PayPal is wonderful.
Oh, it's
My
very
number
useful.
one.
I thought about it, and I was trying to find the information about
There
it.
is a lot of information in Russian how to use PayPal, and it works worldwide, colleagues. PayPal and no issues with that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much.
So
I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Hi, Olga. I'm Raisa. I have one question. I want to ask how I can know my real audience. What is your experience? How do you know it's your audience? Either it's kids, either it's other people, or it's for family or for business.
In Russia, I have my audience, and they are business people. They are a businessman, and when I came to Portugal, I wrote in my website and my page on Facebook that I came in Portugal, and if some people want to do with me coaching session, I'm ready. And my clients, I say that I worked with the real estate agency with whom I worked 3 years ago when I bought the apartment, and they decided to work with me and offered me to conduct a training with them, with my audience.
Well, so you start to work with anyone, then after sometimes you find yourself that you can work only for business people, right?
Yes, I speak that I talk that I am a business coach, and if I talk with businessmen, they want or don't want, but I don't talk that I'm a life coach.
Okay, so you studied from beginning for business coach, and you start to coach the business clients only.
I'm start life coaching, and then when I had more experience, and when I get PCC, and when I ended a lot of courses of business coaches, I start do only business sessions.
Okay, thank you, colleagues. So, colleagues, if you have questions for Olga, please write your questions in our chat box. So, Olga, can you stay with us for the whole session or not today?
Yes, I can.
Okay, because our second guest, Alex, is not having a lot of time for us, so he's short of time. That's why my idea is to give floors to Alex. And if you have other questions for Olga, you can ask her later, okay? So, Alex, you're welcome, if it's possible, with video, in order to see you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Dmitry, video is not going to be working today because...
Okay, audio.
Yeah.
Okay, we can hear you, it's great. So,
yeah, maybe some other time.
So, Alex, 15 minutes are yours, so please share your experience. How and where to find English-speaking clients? I know you have a big experience. Please share it with us.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Well, just a few words about myself. We're going to spend maybe 1-2 minutes briefly. Actually, I started not as a coach. Everyone actually here probably started not as a coach because I came from science. I was studying nuclear physics in Moscow State University, and then after perestroika, everything changed. I started businesses, and for about 25, almost 30 years, I was somehow starting different businesses and moving from country to country. So I lived in Sweden, then in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, then in Switzerland almost 15 years, and so I was kind of starting different businesses. And in 2006 and 2007, I had some kind of middle-age crisis, and ended up kind of learning in London, learning NLP. About coaching, I had no clue. I didn't hear about coaching. I was just curious about neuro-linguistic programming, and I found school in London, which called International Teaching Seminars. Ian McDermott, Robert Dilts, that kind of group of NLP guys. And yeah, I studied with NLP around 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And then during those courses, I actually realized that, well, majority of people here somehow talking about coaching. And I was asking, well, guys, why you are learning NLP? And they say, well, we are going to be NLP coaches. And in order to become an NLP coach, you're supposed to go through all NLP courses first, become an NLP master. And then you're allowed to take a coaching course on top. So that's the first time when I learned that coaching even exists. And I enrolled in the coaching just for curiosity, and there was really fell in love with coaching. And after graduation in 2007, I became an NLP coach. And that particular school allows you to be PCC. After you pass the exam, you need just to accumulate kind of coaching hours for International Coach Federation. So that's how I ended up in coaching. And after graduation, the first thing I was really, because with my background with Moscow State University, where you learn, I don't know, 10, 14 hours per day for 6 years, and then you could kind of call yourself professional. So the Western education, that kind of coaching and NLP education, I was quite pissed off a little bit with that, because from my perspective, in order to become professional, you need to practice, and after years of practice, you could really feel confident to talk with clients and actually charge someone. And so after that 2.5 years, I felt I'm not ready. The first thing I did, I organized a group in London, and I for purpose of practice. So that was my first. I started to kind of sense where the clients are through that particular practice, physical practice. I organized an NLP practice group in London, and for a year we've been practicing. And my idea was, when I communicate with coaches, I realized that, well, majority of coaches, they actually have no idea how to start business. I mean, I remember during coaching course, I was told, well, you can use coaching to help practically everyone. You know, coaching methodology allows you to work with everyone. So that was the kind of message in the school. And after graduation, I was thinking, well, everyone, it really doesn't help much to when you say everyone, it means, you know, from business perspective, it means no one. Because when you market your services, you're supposed to target, you're supposed to know who you are marketing. If you go on the market and scream that, guys, I can coach everyone, it means that you are not talking with, you know, with anyone. So that was a first kind of realization. I was thinking, well, it's interesting what coaching schools are preaching. They actually giving a wrong message. And when I start talking with the coaches, I realized that they all still have that illusion that they will be successful with the message that they can coach everyone. And that's the first number one thing. I wrote articles about that, and I started to kind of to base my kind of education for coaches, because the decision which I took about my business direction was very simple. I decided to help coaches. I was one of them. I see how they struggle. I see that after graduation, they have really no confidence. They don't know exactly what to do. So actually, my audience, if you ask question how to find clients, I was one of them. I mean, for me, it was very simple. I decided that I will be helping coaches, so coaches become my target audience. And but it doesn't really matter. Whatever I would decide, the methodology of finding clients is the same. Number one rule, guys, is that you don't need to search for them. I mean, it's kind of paradoxical, but they are searching for solution of certain particular problem. I mean, you need to understand that there are, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, how many billions of people right now around the globe? Yeah, somewhere maybe between 6 and 7. Majority of them have access to internet and all that communication and all social media and all that stuff. And enormous amount of people have certain particular specific problems, and they are searching for solution. So you need to realize that actually people are searching for you. What you need to do is you need to be very clear what kind of solution and for whom you are providing. And you need to be clear that the message which you are sending, I don't know, I'm talking about kind of online capabilities of finding clients. You need to be very clear that you need to articulate it precisely, what exactly you will be helping for them kind of to achieve and who you are targeting. So, and guys, this is not possible to articulate very clearly if you are in illusion that you can help everyone. I mean, by illusion, I mean, yeah, of course, maybe you can, but it's not the point. When you are approaching business and market operates in a very simple way. People are searching for expert who is going to help in their particular specific problem. So when I go to somebody's website and when I see that they are selling happiness, I mean, they are really not targeting anyone, because of course everyone wants to be happy. And they say, whatever goal you have in your life, I can help you. And that's actually kills any opportunity for you to have a business, because you are too broad, too generic. And I have hundreds and hundreds examples when people are enrolling into Headway Coaching business school, and I check their website and I see that they are trying to target practically everyone. As soon as you become narrow, as soon as you say, okay, I will be working with, I don't know, moms who have troubles with communicate with children in the family, and I will coach them and help them to get that communication done. So they're actually losing their children, they have no control over, or so you see that it's an extremely specific problem. And then you create a website, for moms, and when that mom get to that website, everything resonates. It's for visitor of that website, it's clear that you are helping them. You are expert and professional in that area. And from in the beginning, it seems like, well, why should I narrow, my potential clientele? And the answer to that question, why, is very simple, because that's how market works. Guys, if you have a toothache, what do you do? If you have a specific problem, what do you do usually? I don't know, you search probably where the dentist is around, yeah? You're not, and if you see somebody is telling you, well, I have a methodology, I'm coach, and I could kind of, if you work with me, I could help you that your pain, your dental pain kind of fades away. Yeah, maybe you could listen for 20 seconds, but then it's like, okay, yeah, it's good. You have methodology, it's nice. I just go for dentist, and I'm sure the dentist will help me. Why? Because dentist position himself as a professional, specific, and he is targeting precise audience, and that's everybody actually thinks. Yeah, this is briefly. Sorry, I'm kind of going straight to the point. How to find clients. So number one rule is, you don't need to search for them. You need to position yourself with a very clear message what you do, and start spreading. The second kind of step, what you need to do as soon as your website, as soon as your online presence is clear regarding your target audience and regarding your message, is start spreading micro solutions, I call it. Micro solutions is like every post, every single message what you send over social media, or there are lots of marketing channels, is supposed to be related, relevant to that particular area of expertise which you are positioning yourself. You're actually supposed to, let's say that you have a solution, you have certain particular program for those people, and you just break that solution in a tiny kind of steps, and start spreading those tiny micro information about your solution around social media, and people will, people who are having that problem, they will be getting closer and closer to you. When they see your post, they, interesting. It's interesting information. They're supposed to get value from your micro solutions which you are spreading around for free. So that's how it works. I mean, it's very kind of simple. It's almost like, yeah, maybe it's not a very good analogy, but if you ever were involved in the fishing, that when you want to catch a fish, you just take, you go to the river, choose some spot, and throw some bread for a while, for several days, and fish starts to come. Guys, it's the same thing. I mean, you don't need to search, guys. You're not jumping in the river and trying to search for fish. It's not how it works. It's very difficult. You could catch accidentally one fish, but it's not how you could really have a successful business. You don't need to search. You need to throw bread, around certain spot on the river, and fish will come. I mean, that's at least my take on how to I don't think it's even correct question, how to search for clients. I'm not searching for clients. I created kind of all online presence, and I'm spreading, pieces of information around, and I created multiple services. And maybe advice number 3 is that, guys, you need to be also paying attention what exactly you are selling, because as soon as you are selling coaching hours, I don't think it helps very much in the business, because your potential clients, they're looking for solution, and they also have a habit of buying something very tangible. We all like to buy something tangible. That selling services is a tricky thing. When you are selling, you're practically selling something invisible. It's a dream. It's not a toothpaste. It's not a vacuum cleaner. It's something which people maybe will get later on, and they cannot touch, they cannot smell, they cannot lick it. It's invisible. So you're supposed to think, how can I make my offer as tangible as possible? And that's, again, we're in the business school, in Headway Lab, people who enroll, we are actually working to how to transform your intangible coaching services into something which we call product-like. So create products, like 3 months product, 3 months program maybe for your clients, or 6 months program for your clients, and have some PDFs, video, create some kind of tangible packages, and have very clear results what they get after that particular types of programs. So when you are working and creating that, transforming your coaching hours, in quotes, into some tangible like programs which people can buy, which has a duration, price, and results, on the end, kind of as outcome, it's really greatly going to improve your conversion, in terms of when people are just approaching you, they are potential clients, but that particular offer will really helps a lot to convert your potential clients into the real one. So those 3 things, pretty much. And I think there is nothing else you need. I mean, of course, there are hundreds and hundreds kind of micro nuances when we talk about, your websites and how exactly you post, but it's all learnable. You could probably learn it from multiple sources. And that's what I do for the last 10 years in Headway Coaching Group. You could check Headway Coaching Group, and you will see I created, well, the offer was in the beginning annual course for coaches, and then I created multiple different programs like strategic social media or website creation or lots of stuff. And now I end up with a Headway Laboratory, which is, like 33 steps how you could build your online business from scratch, from zero. People who enroll in, they have no idea what their coaching niche is. They don't know who they're targeting. They have no clue how to actually, succeed in business. And there are 33 steps, like templates and certain particular structure. And because business building, it's a structural thing. You cannot really jump over certain steps. Like coaches, they're trying to create website, without knowing who they're targeting and what kind of problem they're solving precisely. And all their websites become alike. One looks on another. I mean, it's all about achieving abstract goals and be happy. Well, good luck. With those kind of websites, it doesn't really, resonate. They're all the same. And you need to position yourself kind of in a very, very specific, precise. And if you find that really narrow, precise, niche for yourself, then don't be concerned, because from 7 billion people, well, I mean, anyway, whatever narrow niche is, probably there will be a few 100,000 people available for you. I think it's enough. I mean, you need maybe 15 clients, to be honest. If you charge proper price, then it's going to be totally enough for successful business. Okay, I think I am more or less kind of explained my point of view. If you have any questions, Dmitry, I still have several minutes.
Okay, great. Thank you. You have several minutes. So colleagues, please ask your questions to Alex.
You see how clear?
Hi,
No questions.
Hi,
Okay,
hi, Alex. Sorry, I was on mute. Hi, do you hear me?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for a great strategy that you just shared about, how to find your niche and how to spread your solution. And, it's really great how to pack your product.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I think that the coaching it's actually about creating a space to the client. It's not about solution, and when you're talking about tangible, it's actually the client is creating something tangible. You're just creating the space, and through the powerful, this is the theory,
Yeah.
you brought. So it's a kind of contradiction between coaching methodology and coaching sense and creating packages. It's more like trainings, it's more like
100% agree.
Consulting,
Yeah. I 100% agree with you, and I pretty much aware. I am right now kind of on a practically MCC level. I know what you're talking about. I know that the theory. I know the beauty of coaching and creating space. But what I discovered over the years when it comes to business, when you enter into the market with the message of creating space, it's extremely difficult to sell your services. That's a truth. I mean, I understand the whole beauty of the coaching methodology, and I agree with you. And I know that coaching can help literally everyone. It's really amazing, nice, beautiful kind of way of helping people. But I'm telling to my students that, guys, you will be creating space and you will be working with your clients the way you want as soon as you have them.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to understand that how market operates. If you from your website will be sending messages that, guys, I'm not an expert, I'm not consultant, I'm not going to tell you what to do, I have no idea what it's like, people, it immediately turns people off because, well, they don't really care about methodology, and people have a precise problem and they're looking for solution. And if they hear a message about, well, guys, we have, I will be kind of creating space and I will be just listening and helping you to find your own solution because I don't have my solution for you. It's beautiful, but it just doesn't work on the market.
Right. Thank you. It
actually
answers it. Yeah. I know what you mean. It's actually, this compromise between business and coaching.
Yeah.
And if you find this balance between, still being tangible, and to sell your services, then it's really great. Yeah.
Precisely, Rosa. As soon as I have clients, I'm enjoying coaching fully.
I really appreciate because all my business school, my coaching school doesn't tell about this. It's all about respecting the client, creating the space, etc. And sometimes this idea that first of all you pack the package and then you're selling your space, that's really great.
Precisely.
I have another question, regarding the niche that you've been telling, that you need to get your target audience, and if, for example, I position myself as a coach, relationship coach for women who have struggles in the family, and then she comes to me with, and say, okay, I need to find my realization, in a group. I need to find my profession. So it's completely different niche. So what do you do in this case?
Usually, in my case, to be honest, I am totally free and happy to move in the different areas. But it's my personal thing. I mean, I honestly believe that you are entering into the market in a very precise positioning, but later on, it's up to you if you would like to spread kind of your expertise in other areas. I mean, for example, usually, Rosa, people could start with working with I don't know, chief executive coaching and talking about business, but they end up eventually talking about family health and who knows what. I mean, the communication with your coach, with the coachee, evolving, and you are getting new nuances and getting into the areas which maybe in the beginning you haven't even thought about.
Yeah,
and this is first one. Even with the one client, it could happen, but often what happens is that they also refer you to other people, and other people coming with totally different problems. For example, I am actually helping coaches to be successful in business, but I have clients right now. I am working with clients to prevent their marriage falling apart. I warned them. I told them that I am business coach, but I do have methodology and I do have my own experience. It was their solution, their decision to hire me or not. And I kind of warned them that I am not really precisely kind of positioned and in that area, but I took them and actually worked very well. So the marriage actually was saved. It's your decision. If you are, if you're confident to get into the other areas, I think it's a good thing, because I really believe that coaching has a power.
Right. Yeah. And how do you navigate through ICF? Because if you would go through the certification, they would say that it's not coaching, it's consulting.
Yeah, well, when it comes to certification, when it comes to communication with ICF, and I am acting in a strict coaching rules. I mean, I totally, when it comes to business and selling your services, that's where I'm kind of preaching, to respect market rules.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just really great. Thank you so much. My last question about the marketing. Yeah. What kind of conversion do you have? So, for example, you told that you're investing, in these free trials so that the people know your messages and your niche.
Yeah.
And what is the conversion? How much time do you spend for these free marketing stuff? And
I'm not.
What comes to the conversion? What percentage comes to the client?
Well, in terms of percentage, I think right now I have maybe around between 25 and 27% people who are entering into my free classes. Maybe 1/3 eventually end up in a paying type of services. But I think the rule is very simple. You're supposed to create that conversion funnel and design it in such a way that I don't really have, like, for example, I mentioned about free stuff. Yeah. But for example, one of my main free stuff, which right now attracts clients, it's like a weekly webinars every Thursday at 7 p.m. UK time. I am conducting Headway Lab kind of marketing. I'm teaching coaches how to succeed in business. But actually, this webinar, it is free for people to enter, but it's a part of paid service as well. So I'm not really spending special time to do free stuff. Actually, I do part of some of the service which I sell. Part of it, I invite other people for free.
Right. So here it's sorry.
Yeah, please.
Here it's a little trick which I also experienced myself, because in some of the program, when I enter for the free program, I get all the information, and I know that in a paid program it will not be much more, because all the information is already given. Why should I go further?
Yeah, but you need to be careful with that, because for example, in my case, those free webinars, it's so not everything. I mean, they are. Yeah, when people entering into the paid one, they receive templates. I'm working with them personally. They're entering into the support group. There are so much more.
Okay,
but in terms of in terms of information, in terms of like what to do, yes, I could explain what to do. But the problem is that to do it by yourself, it's really, really tricky, because every time when you make a step, you make 10 mistakes. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. So the people really need help. I mean, yeah, that's why I'm telling that when you create your conversion funnel, you need to be careful, because if you really give up everything for free, but then there will be nothing to sell. I mean, people are supposed to see very clearly advantage of entering into the paid version of paid version of your services.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to put some seduction information there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You could call it seduction, but to be honest, I mean, I look at marketing in a very different way. I really look at the whole marketing, not like seducing people or tricking them. I look them that from the beginning to the end, I'm helping people. I'm helping people from very, very, very first step. Mm-hmm. I just can help more when I'm working with them almost personally, but it will require payment. But if they don't want to pay, I still helping them. Right. Yeah, you could see it's a kind of reframing thing. You could see it as a seduction or trickery, or that's why I told you that spreading the bread and catching fish maybe is not the best analogy, because I'm not really catching anyone. I'm helping coaches. Right. Right. And even if they don't go into lots of people, I see that they're almost like at 6 months already going for those free webinars, and they're not entering. I know they get value, and I'm not upset. At least I'm helping them. But one day, maybe the time will be right, and they will jump on board, and I will start working with them personally. I mean, that's how it works.
And my last question, if I may. So when you're saying that you're spreading your message, do you, finding your niche, your people, do you split it by the nations as well, like foreign speaking, Russian speaking, or it doesn't matter?
No, actually, I was from the beginning, because I left Russia in 91. I mean, from the beginning, I never really target Russian audience, and I worked just in English, kind of in English space. So right now I created right now like a new project, but that will be already specific by languages. But as for my business school, Headway Coaching Group, it's just English-based kind of enterprise, and I don't care. I have clients from Australia, from United States, Brazil, all over the world. I really don't care. There are no borders here. It's an online space. And in my classroom, sometimes, Arab Emirates, or, I mean, people, India, I mean, I really don't care who is there in terms of, there are no borders. That's the beauty of technology.
Exactly. Yeah. Alex, thank you so much. It was really valuable. You just brought together this kind of, coaching methodology together with the marketing, with the business. So it's really valuable. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Rosa. Thank you for your question. Dmitry, I really need to run. I have training in 6 minutes. So
Alex,
I'm very sorry.
Thank you. So we have some messages in our chat. Thank you, Alex, for honesty. Thank you, Alex, for this solution of contradiction between essence of coaching and market. So Alex, thank you again. So it was great that you shared again your experience, and I hope we can see you in our next meetings.
Thank you for inviting me, Dmitry. Guys, goodbye, everyone. Happy Sunday. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, colleagues, and we continue our meeting. So if you have interest, if you have time, we can still talk about how to find clients. So I can share my experience with you, but I want to try a new feature of Zoom. It's about asking questions for you. So I have 2 questions for you, and let's see how it works. Okay, just a second. So colleagues, can you see something? Please, somebody give me an answer. Okay, you should see 2 questions. I don't know. So,
yes,
Olga, somebody, please help me.
Yes.
Okay, please answer this question.
Yes, I have Russian-speaking clients.
No. You should click. Yes, so you should click. Okay. Everybody should click, not only Olga. Everybody. Okay. So if you answered, just write in our Skype chat +. So you should answer two questions. Do you have Russian-speaking coaching clients? And the second question, do you have English-speaking coaching clients? And if you voted, if you answered, just put a plus in our chat. So only 19 people are voted. Okay, maybe some seconds more. Because you know, it's very interesting statistics. So do you have Russian-speaking coaching clients? So 95% yes, have Russian-speaking coaching clients. And about English-speaking coaching clients, only 32%. But 6 people anyway, it's great. 6 people between us or among us is working or are working with English-speaking clients. Great. Okay, I think I will end poll. So it's interesting statistics. And poll, what's happening now? Share results. Okay, colleagues, can you see results? I don't know what you can see. Yes? Okay, so this is the final results of our poll, of our survey. So great. And I have one more question for you, but in my slide. Just a second. Okay, so let's answer the third question. How did you find your current clients? So how did you find your Russian-speaking clients if you answered yes? And it's very interesting for those of you who answered yes to have English-speaking clients. How did you find your current Russian and or English clients? So could you share your ways of finding clients using audio again or just our chat? Please be more active. Okay, not only Rosa, but we have how many people we have? 27 with me, so 26. It means you have experience. Please share your experience. Maybe it can help other coaches, other colleagues.
Okay. This is Olga. May I share?
Yes, Olga.
Yes. So I would like to focus more on the English-speaking clients because it is the subject of our week to improve English and to work coaching with native speakers or non-Russian speakers people. For me, it was not, how to say, standard task, and I investigated the possibility how I can do it. And Alex Hrapov was a person last year who opened this possibility to use his group, coaching peer group, and I found 3 opportunities to start practicing English free of charge because I have not payable clients in English, and I cannot, let's say, I'm not, because no one ready to pay me from one side, and from my point of view, I'm not ready to ask some money. So that is why I found 3 opportunities. This is peer coaching group in our global with price 55 American USA dollars for 6 sessions. You can join this group and practice with people in English. The second option, this is Alex group, and I also found the third one from Australia, organized by another coach, Philip Evans. And I made my choice for Australian. It's very, how to say, not easy to explain, but I wish to have so main long distance from me, just do not have any Russian or people who knows Russian or how to be in Russia, because Australia, it's like Arctica. It's very, very a long distance continent. And I wish to be absolutely without any Russian influence. Because in Europe, there are a lot of people who has Russian roots or visit Russia, blah, blah, blah. It was my motivation why I choose not Alex, for instance, group, but this person. And it was 3 months ago. I passed some kind of interview proving that I am a coach and I can speak English. Understandable. And I was accepted to be part of this group, and it is a free of charge condition if you are ready to play in both roles, to be a coachee. Currently, it was absolutely fine with me because I will not pay any money, but I have practice with people who know Russian and know about Russia maybe sometimes. And and for me, it is not so easy like Olga Solodova described. I was nervous before my first English session with a woman who I didn't even see before. And just to share, it is not like amusing fun for me. First time I didn't understand half of what the person was telling me, and it was a kind of horror because even I cannot understand. I cannot repeat her words because this is very different English with accent, blah blah blah. And first time I just used some technique, some very general questions. And these questions just helped me because I decided to not interrupt my client and ask him, could you please repeat? What do you mean? May I ask you? In some seconds, I decided, okay, it is my experience. I wanted this kind of English, this kind of people. And I decided just to use technical general questions. And somehow it was workable. But it wasn't exciting, amazing result. The client didn't tell me, wow, I was experienced by you, Olga. No, you can, it is just my story. So, and I decided to continue. And I passed 3 sessions with this woman. The second, the third were better. I could understand her better. We had some kind of rapport, and just maybe for somebody it will make sense if you not excellent English speakers. You can hear me. I am not excellent in English, and I have really big accent. And my third client, a man, he asked me, "Would you please repeat, Olga? I don't understand you, Olga." And really, it is not very nice to hear. And I need to be very concentrated and very focused. Because we worked with serious, it is not like fun. We worked on the serious task, and I wish to have the result as a coach, not just English practice. And but we decided. I openly told him that please interrupt me, please ask me. If you don't understand, not tell me, wow, okay, it's okay. It's not okay. They don't understand you if you are not excellent in English. And if it is a coach, it is okay for, let's say, restaurant and having some lunch with somebody, okay. But if you are working in coach session, of course, active listening help you. But if you don't know some special words, how you understand what you put here? And really, it is not. And my let's say recommendation who wish to try it, don't be scared. It is your experience. Make a rule before start. Explain honestly. You know, I'm not maybe excellent. Let's do we interrupt each other or not interrupt? So make transparent this rule. And of course, two big things. This is rapport. If you, due to some, I had three clients. With third one, it wasn't really good rapport. It was just standard. The second one, we have excellent rapport. We talked about Russia, about Canada, about something history things. I practiced 2.5 hours English with her, and she told me that Olga, you had a good Russian school in coaching, and so it's a different. If people different, and your rapport should be as more, how to say, wide and deep as you can. And if you have the rapport, normally it will work in English the same way as you use it in Russian.
Olga,
So
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your experience. Thank you. You detailed described your experience, and of course your difference, maybe one of differences you with Olga Solodova. Olga worked with Portuguese people in English. So you worked with Australian people. English is their native language. Of course, it's more difficult. But from my experience, from experience of my colleagues, working with other foreigners for whom English is not native language, you are both in the same position and it's easier. Usually it's a little bit easier. Okay, but anyway, Olga, thank you for your experience, for your sharing experience working with native speakers. It's great too. Yeah? Okay, anybody else, colleagues? Maybe not so detailed, maybe something about this topic. How did you find your current clients? Jenny, you're welcome.
Yes, actually, if about foreign clients, I had before, and it was my friends, what I found via Interpels, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And if about my Russian clients, I have program about public performance. It was actually advice of one of my friend, marketer, like Alex Hrapov also. And he told me that people, Russian people, don't understand where is it coaching, really. They should try where is it. And you should make own program, short program with, I don't know, 4, 5, 10 steps. And you should give in this program, like also Alex Hrapov told, exact result and some problems what you solve with this program. And I made this program. It is 8 steps about public performance, and I put in this program 2 free coach sessions. So it is like free because, of course, my price of this program already enough for how is it that this coaching sessions was how is it paid for me.
It was paid, so you get money.
Yes.
So you get money for that. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So just about this program, regarding this program, it is like free 2 sessions, and people in this case go to me because they want solve problem with public performances, and they try what is it coaching. And after this first experience, they already could decide they want go forward and continue work with me or no, something like this. I hope it is short.
Okay, pretty short. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, colleagues, sorry, we don't have a lot of time, but I recommend you, please answer this question today or maybe in the next day. How did you find, it doesn't matter what clients, Russian or English speaking clients, but current clients. How did you find them? Just make a list of ways, maybe top 5, 7 ways that work for you, personally for you. And then, so just think, what ways can you use to find English-speaking clients? You know, very often the ways are the same. If you know your niche, so we talked yesterday about it, niche in coaching, uniqueness, Alex talked about it today too. So if you know your niche, if you know your uniqueness, so I think the principles are the same, the ways are the same, it doesn't matter. Or in most cases, it doesn't matter. Russian clients or English-speaking clients. If you work online, like me, I work online, so for me it doesn't matter. So I use all internet possibilities to find clients, Russian or other clients. Yeah, it doesn't matter for me. Okay, okay, we have some messages in our chat. Great. So good. And if you want, I can share my ways how foreign clients find me. So I like today's idea of Alex. You should position yourself. It means you don't need to sell yourself. Okay, clients should find yourself. Okay, so and here on the screen you see some ways that work for me, how foreign clients can find me. So first of all, it's if you are a certified coach by the ICF. If not, please do it in your future. It really will help you from my experience. So they have on their website credentialed coach finder by the ICF. If you want, I can show you how it looks like. Just a second. Give me a second. So, and I will show you. Okay. I hope you can see it. So it's a website by the ICF Global. So, and here I have a small page about myself. It's my profile as a PCC coach. So, and of course you can indicate languages you coach in. So I have in my case, English, German, Russian, and Spanish. So you can write about yourself, some information, and all people can find you. So all people worldwide, for example, they go to, just a second, they go to ICF Global website, yes. So they have need coaching, this section, need coaching, then credentialed coach finder. And of course they can say, I agree, and use some criteria, and they can find you. So I think in the last 2 years, I got about 8 clients from ICF Global. It's not bad. 8 clients, okay, for 2 years, it's not bad. And they paid me well, so I charged money. So, and it was great. So it was great experience working with these people from ICF Global website, okay? So let's go back to my presentation. Okay, again, so peer coaching. So Anna Levidova, if you remember on Monday talked about it. So, and somebody today talked, so peer coaching. So there are some programs when you have a client, you have a coachee, so, and you work. It's like training process. Yeah, Olga Roditeleva said about it today. So Alex has his program about peer coaching. You can go to his website and you can find information. You can go to ICF Global web page and you can find this program. So you should pay some money, and then you have possibility to have practice. And from this program, I participated, I think, if I remember correctly, 3 or 4 times. Then with 3 people, we continued, but on a paid basis. So we liked each other, how we work, and we continue our work. So I, as a coach, with 3 colleagues worldwide. So interpals. So Evgenia said about it today, and you can watch our second day of our English coaching week. So I used this website to find some clients too. So I wrote, I'm a coach. People asked me, what is coaching? What is life coaching? And then one pro bono session. And then I had some clients, not so many, but anyway, a few clients I got using interpals. So Facebook, YouTube. Okay, so sometimes I publish posts in English. I'm organizing events like this, English Coaching Week or English Conference. And you know, people worldwide can go to my webpage, not to webpage, to my profile on Facebook, and they can see these posts. So on YouTube. So I have some videos in English about lingo coaching. It's one of my main niches. In coaching, lingo coaching, and people are interested. They get interested. What is lingo coaching? They ask me then using Facebook or in YouTube comments, and I chat with them. And sometimes I get clients. Not many, but anyway. So some clients I got using Facebook and YouTube, and of course, conversation with new people. Okay, I love traveling, and every time I travel, I visit new places, I meet new people, local people, and of course they ask me, what are you doing for a living? What's your job? Of course, I tell them, and some people get interested too. So I usually offer one pro bono session, it means free session, and then sometimes we continue to work with them on a paid basis, yeah? And of course, website. So I have a website in Russian and in English. So my goal is translated into German, into Spanish, but I have in English. So sometimes I get some requests from my website. Okay, this is only several ways how I can get foreign clients. In your case, maybe different ways, or you can use some of these ways you see on the screen, yeah? Okay, colleagues, any questions? I didn't look at our chat. So any questions, you're welcome. Use audio to ask me about my experience about finding foreign clients, working with foreign clients. I'm open. Okay, no questions. It means everybody is clear.
Dmitry, it's Katya. Hello.
Yeah.
I just have a question. Have you ever analyzed what gave you the majority of clients? What source among 7?
Katya, no, I didn't do that. You know, I'm very active. So I think, no, let me think. I think the most interesting was number 1, credentialed coach finder, and yeah, Facebook and YouTube. You know, people like videos, people like pictures. I have some coaches who tell me that Instagram works beautifully. So I personally don't use Instagram. So if you use Instagram, maybe it can help you too. So in my case, it's ICF Coach Finder, Facebook and YouTube, in my case.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Tatiana, Dmitry, we can use credentialed coach finder just if you are ICF member and have credential. Am I right or not? Yes, you're right. And I think ICF members, I'm not sure if you're ACC, PCC or MCC coach, then you can be listed on this coach finder and everybody in the world can find you. So Tatiana, I suppose only for certified coaches. I'm not sure, but I think so, for certified coaches. Yeah. Okay.
So I have a question about the start of your job. When you where did you find clients for ACC level? After it is usually if I correctly understand, it is usually it is easier. Just I know that first part, for example, I have enough hours, but I want more. I want to find more clients. Yes. So if you want to get PCC and so on, you should have really a lot of hours for practice. So where did you find these clients? That you could get this level, that you could use these resources. And
you mean Russian clients, Zhenya? Am I right? Russian clients.
Yes, Russian clients. It was your start.
The same, my website. I have my website since 2014. So my website, okay, my membership by ICF Russia, of course. On the webpage of ICF Russia, you have all coaches listed, all members. So yeah, and word of mouth. Somebody wrote today, сарафанное радио in Russian, word of mouth. Word of mouth. Yeah. So I have one client, he or she was happy, and they recommended me. And maybe in my case, it's a little bit easier. I'm working as an English, Spanish, and German teacher. And of course, I can offer my language clients to try coaching. I did it, and very often I get them, I turn them into my coaching clients, or I used lingo coaching approach. It means, so I have language clients, but the first 2, 3, 4 sessions, I work purely in coaching format,
So then next question, how usually you change your free coaching session for paid coaching session?
So if we're talking about language clients, it's always paid. It's always paid. Okay. If I get some coaching clients, the first session is free, and then so we have coaching agreement. Zhenya. Yeah.
So your thank you. So your language clients, it is how is it? You work like a consultor and coach. How is it between?
Okay, Zhenya,
or for example.
Okay. So it's usual language classes, but I tell my new clients, okay, I'm a lingo coach. We have to have 3 sessions, and then we start with our language classes, and that's it. They pay me classes, they pay me coaching sessions, and we work. Yeah. So it's my condition. So I begin to work with new clients in language only using coaching sessions. 2, 3, 4. It depends on the situation, on a client. Okay.
Thank you for your answers.
Okay, so Evgenia Samsonova, thank you. It works if you just an ICF member. If you just, okay. And Evgenia, it works if you just certified coach too, right? Okay, good. So I'm boss, I'm ICF member, and I'm certified coach. Okay, Evgenia, one of my clients found me from ICF Russia site, and I did not have a credential at that moment. My answer is for Tatiana's question, word of mouth. Okay, good, exactly. Okay, colleagues, we have some minutes, and of course, I would like to give your feedback, to get your feedback about English Coaching Week. So on the screen, you see all our week. So we met every day at 12 o'clock Moscow time, and we had wonderful meetings, about 90 minutes. So the first day was Monday. We opened our English Coaching Week, and we had special guests, if you remember, Anna Lebedeva, Yulia Chukhno, and Irina Judge. They shared their personal stories, so their connection, English and coaching, and you could ask them questions. Okay, the second day, it was about best resources for coaches to practice English. So I was the main speaker, and I shared with you working tools that work for me, from my experience as a teacher and as a coach. I hope you could present at this meeting, and you can use these wonderful resources to improve your English skills. Okay, on Wednesday, we played some coaching games with Elena Beresneva. On Thursday, we practiced coaching. We had a wonderful demo session. It was great. It was fantastic. So Friday, it was mentoring with our guest from Spain, Gorka Bartolome, MCC coach and mentor coach. So yesterday, we talked about niches, target audience, your uniqueness, how to find your clients. So, and it was like a connection, like a bridge to today's topic. And today, yes, we have been discussing how and where to find clients. And now we are closing our English Coaching Week 2017. You know, for me it was pleasure, so I want first my feedback. So, and you can think about your feedback. You have some questions on the screen. So, you know, for me it was wonderful. So last year it was only 5 meetings and about 1 hour. This time, okay, we're having 7 meetings every day, actually. English Coaching Week has 7 days and our English week has 7 days too. So, you know, now I have this habit. So I know 12 o'clock I need to meet with you on Zoom. So it's for me like a habit, it's pleasant habit. And we did it on daily basis. So we practiced English on a daily basis. And I hope you can continue to do it without me, with me, or with your colleagues. Yeah. But every day a little bit. You remember 5-minute habit. Maybe 5 minutes to English, maybe more. It's up to you and it depends on your situation. Okay, and now, of course, I would like to get your feedback. I hope with audio and video, or maybe only audio, or maybe in a chat, if for you it's not comfortable. So, and you have some questions to answer. So which events did you like best? Now we went through all events of this week. So how did this English Coaching Week change you as a professional? Maybe some interesting materials, practice, maybe something else. What would you recommend me maybe to improve? Because, you know, it's going to be every year. So I want to organize English Coaching Week every year. And of course, the first question, what events would you like to have, to see, to visit at our next English Coaching Week? Okay, colleagues, you're welcome. So you can write in our chat box or just use audio and video.
So I want to tell you, thank you for this coaching session or English coaching week, because I liked that you use different styles. Every day it was something different, not just experience of coaching. So it was really interesting and very useful. And I liked today because I can use this advice already in my job. And also it was interesting when we on Wednesday when we played in games. It was interesting for myself, like for my personality. I mean, it is interesting. You know, I like this in games. And actually, all this conference gave me environment. And every day when I joined in this conference, I felt more and more deeply in English environment. I felt so after third day, I already understood that I'm ready to work with English clients. I'm ready to work in English environment. I mean, so it was I was ready inside of me, and it is very useful for me also. So it is not just advice, this conference, it is already also environment. And for me, it is very valuable. Thank you very much for this experience.
Okay. Thank you, Zhenya. So it's not a conference. It's like, yeah, it's everyday meetings. Yeah, conference we're going to have in February. So, yeah. And here, you know, one of my goals is just to get involved to you in this process, practicing English. You know, conference, so we have speakers and you can ask questions in a chat. But here, one of my main goals is that to give you opportunity to talk, you know, to get out from this comfort zone and to talk English publicly. Of course, it's difficult. You can be a little bit nervous, like me. I'm always a little bit nervous, but anyway, we can do it together. So thank you, Zhenya.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, colleagues. Dmitry, the first I would like to say you so many thanks. You're a good speaker in English, and I guess you're a brilliant speaker in Russian. First of all, the best of this week, I'm brave today. Yesterday, I tried with my English teacher, tried to make my first coach session. She has never had coaching at all. She is very adult. She was very interesting in, and I tried, and maybe it was good. Today I know that my English is not so bad like I thought about it before this week. And now I know that my English is intermediate. And during this week, I cancel any of my deals, any of my business, especially for this week. It was possible for me. It was the main idea. And I think your next coaching week will be good, the same. Do it. Thank you so much. Do it for us. And the best experience was with Gorka. I've seen a mentoring like did Gorka. It was so interesting because our mentoring maybe is different, and it was a surprise for me. And next week, really, I explained to my colleague that it's possible. Stop clients and describe. It's possible. Thank you so much, and have a good Sunday, colleagues.
Natalia, thank you for your warm words. Okay, so anybody else?
Hi, Dmitry. This is Rosa.
Yeah.
Hi, do you hear me? Well, I would like to really thank you for this wonderful week because, as the colleagues already said, you gave a wonderful opportunity to share the environment, to share the information, and it was a kind of a permission to, just to use a motto of Nike, just do it. We're all on the different levels, we're all on the different levels of coaching English, but, seeing the experiences of the others and suggestions and advices and how people just do it, like you too, just do it. It gives a lot of energy and, again, thank you for this opportunity. And I would suggest if you could create a Facebook for us together so that we could continue to share our knowledges, experiences, and some suggestions, that would be also a great idea in my view, if you find it also interesting.
So Rosa, we have resource. I have a page on Facebook, English for Professional Coaches. You are welcome. Everybody is welcome there to share your experience, maybe some materials. I do the same, yeah. English for Professional Coaches, yeah. So if you subscribe to our English Coaching Week, you will get a letter, email.
Okay, okay, great.
With the link for that, okay?
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I can read some feedback in our chat. So Tatiana, Janetta, it was fantastic experience for me. Thanks a lot, Tatiana. Thank you kindly. This is an amazing opportunity to join great content and train my brain in English. My favorite part was a session with mentor. Good luck. Hope see you soon next year. Yeah, of course. So Evgenia Samsonova. I participated only in 2 days of English Coaching Week and I enjoyed mentor session with MCC and today, and I hope to see some other days in recordings. It would be great if you can continue inviting mentors. It's always useful and valuable. Thank you. Yes, Evgenia, I'm going to continue it. Of course, every event, every English Coaching Week, one mentor, maybe 2 mentors. Let's see about next year. Natalia, thank you. It was very useful. Tatiana, Dmitry, thank you so much. It was very useful for me. All resources, all speakers, opportunity to me in this nice coaching atmosphere. The main word from this event is inspiration. Thank you. Great. Okay, Ekaterina, thank you very much. It was very useful. Natalia, many thanks to all the speakers, you, Dmitry, participants, this amazing educational space which unites us. Thank you all. Okay, colleagues, any other feedbacks? You're welcome. So I see that we are a little bit late. If you have time, yes, I would suggest 5 minutes more. Maybe some of you is going to give your feedback. And I have one announcement for you.
Dmitry, I want to thank you. I am so inspired of this program. I have big pleasure because it was so different and every day and so useful. I have pleasure from the mentoring. It was very professional and very precise, and it helped me to understand much things. And I will work with this later also. And every day it was very useful for me. And to last day helped me to see how I organize my own business better. And thank you so much for this wonderful project. And I think your goal for this program is was realized, and many of us can feel what they already ready to do the session with foreign people. Thank you.
Yeah, Olga, maybe some comments on your words. Yes, I'm totally fine with the results. So my goals, I had several goals. Maybe the first one is to practice English, to give all coaches opportunity to combine English and coaching, practicing the language. So, and we practiced, or we have been practicing since Monday, every day. Another goal is to invite interesting people for you, interesting Russian and foreign speakers for you. And I did it, so it was wonderful, yeah? And of course, to feel you are not alone, it's possible. You can practice English and you get information about coaching, right? So it's not about only English. So yesterday, for example, today, and of course, mentoring. So you got some useful information for your coaching, not only for your English. And it's wonderful to combine two things, English and coaching. You see, and you can get different results from that, from this wonderful combination, English and coaching. Thank you, Olga.
Yes, it was a wonderful atmosphere, and our space become bigger. Thank you.
Yeah, it's true. Good. Colleagues, anybody
Thank
else?
You.
Okay. Maybe you can give your feedback later using Facebook. Okay, colleagues, I would like to invite you to one more meeting. It will be not English Coaching Week. It will be on November 20th. It will be evening time, 8 o'clock Moscow time. So, and it will be in Russian and it will be free. So we're going to talk about some points, how to fall in love with English. Yeah, so you remember we talked about it, and I want to talk about it more, maybe to share our experience. And of course, I have my favorite ways how to fall in love with any language you're learning. It doesn't matter, English, French, Spanish, Chinese, doesn't matter really. So next, cross-cultural communication versus coaching. Do we need it? You know, English, it's only one way, but it's about cross-cultural communication and coaching with people from different countries. And it's not only about language, it's about culture, it's about our mentality. So if you work with foreign clients, even in Russian, you should understand the culture, mentality, maybe some traditions of this country where your client is from. Yeah, and we're going to talk about cross-culture communication coaching. And of course, it's my pleasure to present you my basic program English for cross-culture coaches. So you know, now I have a program English for professional coaches. And it will be my pleasure to introduce you upgraded program, renewed program, using my 2 years experience conducting English for professional coaches. Now it becomes to English for cross-culture coaches. And it's not only about the title. So you will be surprised about some modules in this program. It's really about not only English, it's about cross-culture coaching. It can be your niche in coaching. It's about niche in coaching, really. So, and you're welcome to join this meeting. It's free and it will be in Russian because I want that everybody can join us. Maybe some people with zero knowledge of English, maybe with other languages, I don't know, but so it will be in Russian and it will be free. So I send you a link in our chat, just click on it, just click on I'm going, пойду, and then you will get further information about this wonderful meeting on November 20th. Okay, colleagues, maybe you have any questions? So I'm open for some questions. If you have, just ask me. If you don't have, we'll close our wonderful week. I will miss it, I think, yeah. And maybe tomorrow I will have this habit, yes, 12 o'clock again, meeting with my coaches, with my partners, with my colleagues. Okay, maybe 1-2 minutes for your questions, if you have any. Okay, no questions. I think we deserved a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for sharing and supporting me and your colleagues and with creating this wonderful space to grow in English and to grow in coaching as well. So, colleagues, it was a pleasure for me to see you every day during this wonderful week and see you. I hope I can see you as well on November 20th. Or maybe next English Coaching Week 2018. So, see you somewhere in the future. Okay, bye-bye.